That bro is cheating for sure. The whole freaking time he was cheating on me. My boyfriend accused me of something inappropriate while I was nannying. Let's all make fun of this insecure Did you not get my call when you was waiting for dad to get home? She says, I didn't have my phone in my hand and they got home early. He says, so you were just chilling till ma got there? She says, yes, I was playing with the other daughter. She was playing with her own daughter because she mentions in the context that she brings her own baby with her when she nannies and putting his socks on. Oh, sorry, her son and putting his socks on. Boyfriend asks, and who was home first? She says, the dad and daughter, and the grandma was on the way. He says, of course. She says, okay. He goes, bet you the dad was happy to chill with you for a bit, huh? She says, no, because it's not even like that. Oh, sure it isn't. Everyone who says it ain't like that really is like that. First of all, pause. That logic is convenient for the situation, but also nonsensical in every other situation, because what are you even saying at that point? That literally everyone is fucking each other? That's the only way that makes sense. Because then every single time someone is like, oh, are you interested in them? And they go, no, you get to be like, oh, so it's like that. She goes, right, because a married dude with 2 kids is checking for me. And me, of course. I'm always checking for someone new, right? Go to hell with that BS. He said, that's how it happens, yes. She says, right. He goes, make sure you use a condom when it happens. LMAO. Fellas, it's okay if you have a little bit of relationship trauma that maybe gave you some trust issues. Like, I think we can all relate to that, right? I think even a lot of us, it's fair to say some of us might even need a little bit more reassurance than the average bear. But this is fucking unhinged. This is some dirty barnacle behavior. Like the way he tries to play this off as a joke. And that's exactly how it's gonna go down too. Like, this is the end of the shared conversation, but I can almost guarantee you that as soon as she is like, okay, so that's totally inappropriate. You are treating me like I have no control of myself. You are treating me like I'm some dirty whore. And you're also making the very normal relationship that I have with my employer incredibly awkward. So with those two things combined, I don't think we should continue our own relationship anymore. You just know that he's gonna hit her with the, oh my God, I was obviously joking. I was joking. You can't take a joke. Look, I said LMAO. That means I'm joking. Jesus Christ, you're so sensitive. Don't we all know that that's what's next on the list? But what's actually happening is he is trying to gauge her reaction while simultaneously building this self-fulfilling prophecy that she can't compete with. He's already decided in his head, ooh, I'm really mad because she didn't answer my phone call right away, so that must mean she must be cheating on me. I bet the dad came home early and is just absolutely 7 inches deep inside of her. Oh my God, I'm just burning up. So then he goes, did the dad come home first? And as soon as she says yes, he's like, well, there it is. There it is. You clearly cheated on me. All of my worst fears have been laid out. Now I get to treat you like the worst possible version of yourself. Having no idea, like, the self-sabotage that he is doing right now. Having, like, no realization that, like, most people are not gonna tolerate this. And this is typically a game that, like, the most insecure types of people play. Women do this, men do this, non-binary individuals do this, where they, like, play these games of trying to gauge your reaction, trying to, like, soft launch accusations onto you to see what you'll do with them. And I feel that it's a test not only of loyalty, because again, it doesn't seem like she can win. Even when she says, I'm not doing anything like that, he's like, sure you're not. So it's not like she can win that, but it's also a test of how much of my bullshit are you willing to tolerate? Real quick, there are a lot of myths around how to become more attractive to women. Perfect example of one of these myths, you just have to be funny. Being funny is huge, but it's not actually going to make you more desirable to her unless you pair it with proper grooming habits. The truth is, women will look past a lot of unconventional physical traits if you could make her laugh, but what she can't look past is you refusing to wash yourself. 81% of women polled say that personal hygiene is a top factor in attraction. And clear skin was even voted more important than conventional facial structures like your jawline or your brow ridge. And women found themselves more attracted to men who had a simple, clean smell, not overly cologned. Key takeaway, your grooming habits matter more than what you were born with. Tiege Hanley can help with that. Tiege Hanley is a simple, step-by-step men's skincare solution for washing, scrubbing, and moisturizing in the morning and at night so you can get that clean, clear skin the women want. It's not some bougie, overcomplicated skincare drama that you see the girls doing on TikTok. It's just a very basic routine changer that helps wake you up and wind you down while cleaning the largest organ on your body, your skin. To get started today, use my link, tiege.com/dadvocate for 40% off your first skincare system, a free gift, and an extra 20% off for life. It's time to look better, feel better, and date better. What can I say? I'm always trying to make you guys look hotter, okay? So get out there, wash your face, and make me proud. You might need a broom though, to keep all the ladies away. All right, let's get back to it. That's a very common test in unhealthy, toxic relationships, is when they basically just keep treating you like shit to see how much shit they can treat you like. And it's so totally exhausting, dude. Okay? Like, I used to date a guy who would do the same exact freaking thing. I swear. I remember like one time we went out and got breakfast. We were having a perfectly lovely morning and we had literally like just spent the night together, and we were in that phase of dating where like we were pretty much spending every single night together. Like, he always knew where I was. Like, I was either at work with him or with friends with him. And yet, for some reason, he decides to ruin our perfectly good breakfast by going, "So, I heard you cheated on your last boyfriend." And I was like, wait, huh? I was so confused. I'm just gonna name drop. You guys will never find out who it is. I hope. But if you do, he'll laugh, I think. But I was like, Ross? And he goes, I'm pretty sure this dude didn't even know who this Ross guy was. But he goes, yeah, Ross, I heard you cheated on him. And I was like, that's very strange, because we ended very amicably and respectfully, and I wasn't aware that he ever thought that I cheated on him. And so I texted Ross, a guy I had not talked to in years. And I was like, hey, I'm really sorry to hit you up out of the blue like this, but I just heard a rumor that apparently you thought I was cheating on you, and I just want to like see if that's true. And he was like, no, I never thought that you were cheating on me. I always thought that you were loyal to me. And so I show it to my boyfriend and I'm like, look, I actually just messaged Ross. He doesn't think I cheated on him. And he's like, oh, so now you're messaging your boyfriend? So now you're still in contact with your boyfriend? I'm like, how am I getting in trouble for this right now? I literally only contacted him to make you feel better, and I still did something wrong. Like, with these kinds of tests, with these kinds of games, you truly cannot win. And quite frankly, you need to take it as an even bigger red flag, because not only are they effing with you and trying to see how much they can get away with you, but it also comes back to an old adage that my father always told me, which is the guilty dog barks the loudest. And in the case with my ex, and it is very likely the case in this situation, the reason that my ex was constantly accusing me of cheating and constantly trying to play these games of gauging my reaction to see what I would say was because he was cheating the whole freaking time. He was cheating on me. You know what I mean? So like, of course you're gonna think that everyone else is doing what you're doing. That makes sense. Ding, ding, ding. So now whenever I see this shit, whenever I see someone like constantly accusing their partner of cheating for the most ridiculous freaking things over a babysitting job, I'm like, that dude's cheating. That bro is cheating for sure. Not a doubt in my mind. And if he's not cheating, he's trying to. He might not be successful, you know what I mean? But he might be trying to. And let me make something very clear too. Trying to cheat is cheating. I hate when people try and like make the excuse of like, yeah, well, we were talking, but like nothing even ended up happening. Y'all, if you're playing soccer or football, whatever side of the globe you're on, whatever you call it, the one where you kick the ball, right? And you kick the ball at your own team's net, but you miss. Do you think your team is gonna cheer for you? No! Because you shot your ball at the wrong net! It doesn't matter that you failed, you still don't know how to play the game, and maybe you shouldn't be on this team. Maybe you shouldn't even be playing soccer. Maybe you should go play another sport where you can shoot as many balls at as many nets as you want. But not this one, okay? I hate that excuse. But I wasn't successful in cheating on you, so it's basically the same thing as being loyal, you dumb bitch. I want to read some of the top comments on this one. So his logic is that you missed a call, so clearly you were cheating with a married man with his kids in the house. Not overreacting at all. This kind of behavior doesn't usually get better on its own. Your boyfriend clearly has jealousy issues that have nothing to do with you as a person, and everything to do with the fact that he is absolutely out there being a whore. Without a sincere apology, preferably with a story about how something heavy fell on his head in moments before sending these texts, and scheduled therapy sessions, I would not give this guy the time of day after this. I gotta agree. You guys know me. I don't tend to go for option one, dump them. Like, I think that a lot of issues can be worked through, especially in a marriage. I think that a marriage can actually survive almost anything. Some of you may know this, some of you may not, but I grew up in a home where my parents went to marriage counseling throughout my entire childhood. It was a big part of my life. I remember, them going out of town to these like marriage counseling retreats where they would work with other couples. And I loved the kinds of activities they would do. Like they would ask questions like, what's something that you really love about your partner that is a quality they have that you don't? So like, for example, my dad doesn't like pets, doesn't like animals, but he finds it so cute that my mom loves animals, even though he barely tolerates the shits, And I think that's adorable. So what I got as a result of that was seeing marriages that survived and flourished through infidelity, gambling addictions, substance abuse. The one thing I will say that I've never seen anyone come back from, though, is physical violence. I don't think that one's one that can really be worked through, but a lot of other things absolutely can. You know what I mean? So I do think it's possible, but in this specific situation, yeah, man, that would be something that would make me strongly consider a breakup. And I agree with the OP. Like there's ways to avoid the breakup, a very, very deeply sincere apology with a plan for changed behavior and assurances that this kind of thing is not going to happen again. Accountability could save it. But without those things, this thing is dead in the water. They are not going to make it to walking down the aisle together. Not a chance.